Don't hate on your mum. Hate on the rat that created your mother. Going off track here, starting to get passionate. I don't want to, because people start violating me because they don't like what they're hearing. But it's true, not to everyone. I'm not talking to all of yous when I'm saying that, but there might be one or two of yous there listening in whose mum has got an addiction, and you've been hating on her for that fact, when it's not her fault. She might have started like your mates. Little spliff, little line of coke, so on, so forth. 10 years of sniffing that coke, eventually your tolerance level have gone through the roof. You need the next thing, the equivalent to cocaine, which is crack cocaine. And there's beautiful girls out there that fleece and are all over Instagrams, and they look absolutely gorgeous, don't they? Beautiful. But when they go on the missing list with that horrible, nasty piece of dirt of a weekend, they're touching the pipe, not understanding the full risks, thinking it's okay because this here with the nice watch and nice car's been doing it for years. And there's loads of young women that's getting caught up in that mess. And some of these beautiful young women do come from the fathers and mothers of addicts. Believe it or not, addicts create some of the most beautiful children in the country, come from heroin addicts. But what they've got within them is that they're easily addicted to substances that they try. Do you understand what I mean? For example, girl A comes from a free parent, free home. If she has a line of coke, it might be and it mightn't be, but it mightn't be and it mightn't be. Girl B comes from a household and comes from parents who have both got addictions when that child is born. Girl B will have a line of coke and go, gone with it. And you won't be able to stop it. And it won't be her fault. She didn't want to be born like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's trouble, innit? Does my head in. Why can't no one look at the bigger picture of what's going on? Yeah, it's all great and magnificent. We're all starving. We need to sell so we can get food and have these Bosch coats and but look at the long-term damage that you're doing to yourself and your children. Doesn't matter if you're the dealer or not the dealer. Everyone's children are going to be affected due to the environment the dealing's creating. Do you sniff? Are you mad? Do you sniff? There's loads of reasons why I don't sniff. And the first and foremost is this. I had an older brother called Billy. And I watched cocaine absolutely destroy him. To the point where he threw himself on my ma's ceiling and hung himself. Now up and down this country, there's boss, genuine family men dealing with depression because they've got a cocaine addiction. They haven't just got depression. They've had the addiction, and the depression comes in on the come down. And the amount of men that come on a serious come down and they're in deep situations where they're battling to keep themselves in life. There's thousands of them up and down the country. Trust me. And there's loads slipping through the net now. Some are just giving up and bang. Loads of them are giving up and bang. No one's really talking about the levels of suicide that have gone up in this country, the level of abuse, the level of violent crime and sexual crime, that's all gone through the roof. Every single part of it. It's messy people in it. And we all look to the law. I overheard a conversation the other day and they were discussing how useful is the law and how much do the public depend on the law. And are the police to be depended on? Yeah, they've got the uses. You know, they get road traffic accidents. In the city of Liverpool, they'll probably sold 5 murders out of 25. What is their purpose? They brought these initiatives out. They brought these big initiatives out. We can now take all the proceeds and all the funds and all the financial gain from criminals and put it back into the community. Yeah. But all I'm seeing Merseyside police do is erect state-of-the-art headquarters for police. Buy all the top-of-the-range motor vehicles and VPN and face recognition software and all this other. But I don't see no community centres getting erected left, right and centre to use. So all the money they're pulling back off the rats that are destroying our communities, all the profits off these big bad dealers, the police do get their hands on it, and under the new law they should be reimbursing it back into the community that's being damaged by the individuals concerned. I don't see none of that in Liverpool. None of it. All I'm seeing is the police spending millions and millions and millions on state-of-the-art headquarters, new custody suites, top-of-the-range vans, cars, undercover. I don't see no brand new community centre anywhere. I don't see something where like the Whitechapel Homeless Centre getting spruced up and brought into the 21st century so it can accommodate the huge numbers of homelessness. And that's happening in every city. Imagine how much money some boroughs in London are making through crime, right? Now look how much organised crime groups get took down in London, and look how much proceeds of crime happens with them individuals, and it's going into the billions, you know. Where's it going? It's a valid point. It's a valid point. Obviously, no one's going to say that, are they? But the bottom line is, I think I got on this because there's too many of us sitting round on our arses without a legitimate reason for not being proactive within your community or not being proactive within your life. Not being constructive, you know, not developing a life's path for yourself and your neighbours and working it out so it's sweet. Look, people criticise me, why don't you go and get a job? Think about this. I done an 18-year prison term. Within 3 months of me getting out of custody, I went straight into full-time employment. I was in that job for 6 months and I got laid off. That's it. Since then, my life has gone up, down, round and round, in a hole and back out. And I'm unemployable. Who's going to employ Darren G? Do you understand what I'm saying? I can't fart in this country without going, there's Darren. Some people might love that. I don't, because I can't get done. I'm not messing. So, I've been developing myself on social media platforms like thousands and millions of others around the world. No job prospects, just like some of you. No drive, you can't call, you sat there on a computer. Social platforms are the best thing to get on. They are. At least you're networking. At least you're communicating in some sort of way instead of none. And at least you're making dough from where you are instead of selling just like all the little weaks that are scared to go and get a job. Them dealers can't get up in the morning, brush their teeth, look after the kids and go into work and then come back later and do it all again. They can't do it. They're not brought up with the work ethic from the parents. Do you understand what I'm saying?